So I'm happy to introduce you Corey Kay. He's the VR wizard of Discovery. He's working with us like for.
Does he has a magic wand?
Yes.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay. It has a camera on the
You'll
end.
find out from him. Yeah.
Called
So-
selfie stick.
So, yeah.
He's now in Romania because we've been shooting at the Corvin Castle, a special VR project. He can tell you more about it. And the floor is yours, guys, so you can start playing.
Is this your first 360 interview?
Yes, this is my first three. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah, interesting.
That's
Yeah.
that's a point. So the first question is, for several years,
Yeah.
each year is the VR year. Is
Yeah.
this year or the next year will be the VR year?
Yeah, yeah. I think so because I think 2017 will be primarily because PlayStation is launching their headset this month, and I think adoption for the headsets is going to be if we're talking about the year. I mean, I would say 360 video is already out there and doing really well and being adopted by a lot of people. The headsets are a little slower on adoption, so PlayStation is with their headset launching. I think that next year is going to be a big year for VR because it's going to be accessible to a lot of people. Right now, when you buy an Oculus, the headset itself is $800, but you have to buy a $2,000 computer to run it. The average home computer will not be able to handle an Oculus Rift right now. So that's that's tough for people to swallow right now. So definitely next year, I think it's going to.
Yes, but you can do something like this with your phone and some
exactly.
goggles. It's almost the same, but it's not the same resolution. How do you convince people from the internet to when they see a video online, 360? How do you convince them to move to the drawer, take out the goggles, put it on, and see the video? It's very complicated for them to see something on Facebook or 360 on Facebook, and convince them to put the goggles on or just swipe away the movie. How do you convince?
Well, what's interesting is we don't worry about people seeing it through the headset so much. For us, under Discovery VR, all of it, even 360 video, even on desktop, is like as long as we're getting people to view the content, even on desktop or mobile, just through the magic window in your phone, we're happy with that. We want, obviously the best experience is the headset.
It's not the same experience.
It's not the same experience, but we don't do anything special. We know, but the only thing we've done special is to make sure that we are native on all platforms. So we have a native app on Samsung Gear VR that they can get the same videos that they see on our website and Oculus on Oculus. Yeah. So really, we don't sweat the headsets too much.
So you just convince them that to use your application. And,
Yep. And that's enough for us.
I did that
right
last
now.
week, so it was very very nice. Discovery VR is a very nice application.
Thank you.
I watched some experiences which were very nice, and I watched a short, a series, a crime series.
Yes.
Yes, it is very complicated to film something like this because when you are shooting a movie, the director is pointing on his watch and camera goes on his watch. Director is pointing on that window, and the camera goes on that window. In the 360, you have one camera in the middle. The actors will be spread around the camera, and that's it. So, do you plan to do your documentaries, Discovery documentaries, in 360? Experience, I know it's a be there and watch the wildness and so on. But the documentaries are a little bit complicated to shoot them.
I mean, we look to definitely move in that direction. Because we see what's happening with like New York Times are doing some beautiful documentary pieces, journalistic pieces in VR. So we definitely see the opportunity. It's never going to take over television, but we definitely see the opportunity for certain stories to be told in 360. So documentary is one area that we want to move into. So yeah, I could see like this Life was one of our biggest shows ever. I could see if that show were to air today, I could see certain specific scenes being shot in VR specifically. Yeah, or some sort of call out on the television that says go to check it out in the goggles because you'll get to really be there versus seeing one.
Just
yeah. We just did something similar for Harley and the Davidsons, where in the movie there was a race at the Dodge City dirt track.
So I saw that. I got very dizzy on that bike.
Yeah. So we wanted to time that where after you see in the movie, you can go experience it yourself, and that's where you experience you're on the motorcycle itself in the actual race.
It was
so
very scary.
Yep. Yeah. So that's like definitely the future, whether it's a documentary or a scripted series or one of our shows.
On the internet everything is free. So
Yeah. Yes.
the regular user must not pay anything for any content. How do you plan to monetize? I don't know. For example, your VR app on the phone. I saw all the content is free.
So we're working on that. I can't talk about it too much, but we're working on a model for right now. The way we're doing it is through sponsorships. A lot of our advertisers are coming to us and wanting to do co-branded content because they see that our fans are loving it and they see that it's been successful with other advertisers, so they're coming in and working with us. As far as like a traditional ad model, we're trying to figure that out. I think everyone's trying to figure that out. Like, how do you serve up ads into like a 360 environment?
Yes.
That's something that won't turn people off. We're excited about the possibility of 360 ads, full 360.
Experience on their product.
A 30 second experience before you actually go into the experience. That's a possibility. We're still working on it.
And maybe we can share with you, Razvan, we have some very nice case studies done globally with Gillette, for example, or
And
with Toyota. We've done
Toyota's.
some VR projects with them, of how things are
This
moving
might
towards.
help. I understand better.
Yeah, we did a series for RAV4 when they launched the new RAV4 in the US. It was a hybrid, and they wanted to show how far you could go in a day in the RAV4 because it was hybrid. So we took two of our talent into Austin, Texas, and we drove around and saw all the sites, like the cool. Austin is a very unique, interesting place. So we took the 360 camera along with these two Discovery talent, and they were driving around, and then they get out of the car and go experience these different destinations, and it turned out really cool. We got tens of millions of views on those videos because it was content first, interesting content first, but then the car was a part of a character in the thing. So we weren't beating over the viewer over the head with the car, but it was cool.
Anyway, the advertising will be different. Will be the classic one. I saw something on my TV. They are not transmitting anything, but it's called 360 Eurosport 361, Eurosport 362.
I can tell you what's about. So we use Eurosport 360 during the tennis tournaments, and we are showing various courts. So, for example, we had now the US Open. If you would have gone there, you would have seen matches from different courts.
So the camera will be in the middle of the court and
different angles. Yes, this is Eurosport 360. Yes, but it's used basically during the tennis tournaments, and it's something that we have with Telecom.
Yes.
If you are a Telecom subscriber,
And it's interactive.
No, it's not
no,
interactive.
just,
You cannot control what you see. But it's different from what it's on Eurosport 1, for example.
What are you doing on the Hunedora?
The Corvin Castle.
So can't say too much, but we did this really cool 360 horror experience.
Horror.
Yeah, horror, where you're chasing around this monster in the castle, and it's just cool. It's haunted.
So you have a 360 camera that's moving. A little bit.
We do a lot of static shots where the character is moving around you, but in all the different incredible environments. So it does have a feeling that you're moving through the castle, just not, walking through yourself. We haven't had a lot of luck with actually people walking with the camera because it bounces a lot and makes people sick.
Yeah.
So these days we're trying to keep the camera static unless we have a very costly, like dolly to move. So I'll start with the future of Discovery VR is we are obviously looking to expand what we're doing into more interactive VR, which is CG based. That is a world that's going to be really exciting for us to actually put people in the rings of Saturn or on Mars to explore the surface themselves. That's right in Discovery's wheelhouse. That's what we've been doing for 30 years. So I'm very excited about like putting people next to dinosaurs and, you know, taking them to the furthest places on Earth. You know, it's just like, it's perfect for us. So that's the space that we're going to start moving into. Yes. And, you know, we're going to be across all the platforms. PlayStation, Google is about to launch Daydream. They just announced it yesterday. That's going to be their VR platform. They're launching a headset that's phone-based. So we're going to be across Oculus, Google, Samsung, all the platforms getting our content out there.
I think there are too many platforms, but
yeah,
it will be a little bit complicated.
Camera-wise, what we're using is you have the very expensive Jaunt camera that's about $60,000. We've been talking to them about working with them on some different productions. What we tend to use right now is a GoPro rig, which is like 6 cameras on a plastic.
I know. It's too expensive. Yes.
Yeah. That one works out great for us because it is versatile. Because we have a 2-rig version of it for tight spaces. Then we have the 6-rig. And then we even have a stereoscopic version, which has 2 cameras,
yes.
one for each eye. That gives more depth.
Yeah.
That's why if you look on our app. Through the headset, that's why the roller coaster piece has done so well because it was in stereoscopic.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we go, depending on the shoot, we go anywhere from stereoscopic all the way down to 2 cameras, and we like the versatility because that Jaunt camera is amazing. It creates great footage, but it's this big and it's really heavy. You can't put that on someone's head; you're gonna break their neck. So.
You have to have somebody very short.
Yeah, exactly. Because like 10 feet tall. With it. Yeah.
The same level.
Yeah. So we like the versatility, and if a camera dies, we can swap a new one in. So that's what we're.
CG for experiences, hardware. You told me. Anything else?
I mean, just being able to right now, it's all like a majority, 99.9% of our stuff is 360 video. We that falls under the VR umbrella. I don't know is like risky at the start because we did get a little backlash because we were calling it VR and it was all 360 video. Because there's a lot of purists out there that's like that's not virtual reality. Virtual reality is like CG based.
And walking.
So we are moving in that direction. We knew always we'd be moving in that direction. So
do you think that the people will stay at home mostly because they'll see Niagara Falls through your videos and that's it?
I would love that. I mean, imagine it's like a snowy. This is the idea of my mind. It's a snowy, Minnesota night, and you come home after a long day of work, and you have this room dedicated to VR. So you go in and put on the headset, and by then it'll be walking through Santorini with your best friend who is in Florida, and she puts on her headset too. And you guys get your time together, so you get to go explore Santorini and end up watching the sunset together. Like, I see the future as a very interactive social platform to be able to take people.
Yes,
other
some
places.
kind of social media, but with living experience together.
Yep.
Yes, it's a little bit sad to stay at home, but
it's true. But if you can't leave, if you're snowed in.
But maybe you get triggered to get that to see that place.
Yeah.
You see it like this and you say, "Oh my God, I need to go there."
I know, yeah. I mean, for the travel industry, this is going to be either huge or it's going to kill the travel industry, one or the other.
Yes.
Because if it gets so good, your brain has been tricked that you've been there. Why even bother going?
We shall see.
What excites you about VR?
The experience. I saw a movie on. I saw pieces of a movie, a Romanian movie, 360 movie. It was done with 360 cameras on the head, and it was very. I got sick. So,
did you?
Yeah. I move around. The actor moved around, and the camera goes in every direction, and
you can't do that to a user.
A solution to use the camera. Moving camera.
Yep.
Maybe a stabilized version. Yes. but on the head of an actor it
Yeah.
was awful.
Well, if you do that, you have to fix the perspective always forward. So no matter how much they're moving, the camera stays.
Yes,
Because
stays
you
there.
want to give the user the freedom to look around. That's
Exactly,
when you're
exactly.
forcing them to look around. That's when they
Exactly,
get sick
yes.
really quickly.
It was a mistake by. I thought that
Yeah.
was a mistake, and I think it will be very good for experiences. This
Yeah.
is the future, to live, as you said, together in Santorini with my best friend
Yeah,
and walk on the beach.
yeah.
Yes, it will be a very nice.
Those will be good times.
Yeah, I think that the next generation will accept that, but the older
Yeah.
guys like us,
Yeah.
I don't know, we have to go there to live the experience by ourselves.
Yeah.
But the next generation will be fine with that. With the VR experience, it will be enough.
Oh, sure.
Where were you last night? I was in Bali.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah, you have to.
I saw some 360 with goggles and two sensors on the head. It was very
Yeah.
nice to play a game like this.
Yeah,
But it's not. The game was not there yet. You have to have some sensors around the room. You have
yeah.
to have those joysticks on your hand, and
Is that the Vive?
the HTC
Vive, yeah, that thing is cool.
Yeah. That's cool and that's nice. But you have only one game or two games.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
The industry has a serious content problem right
Exactly,
now.
exactly. There's no content for that. Yes.
Yeah. I think
And,
all the developers are just sitting back waiting to see
Yeah.
if this is actually going to take off in order to put resources behind it. It's slow, but I promise once PlayStation hits, it's gonna go crazy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Share with
Nice meeting you.
The result.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.